Hello there. I hope you are enjoying our videos so far. Today I'm going to introduce something very special. I'm excited. There is this website here. You can see it. It's a simple website that we are going to do. And we are going to do it step by step. I hope that we are going to have fun. Today we are going to work on this top part. I've created my folder. I've already created my folder. My folder is on the desktop. I've created a folder for CSS, for images, for JS, and for web fonts, because we are going to use this in our website. And then I've already created the index file. Note that I've changed my text editor. Right now I'm using Atom. If you manage to install Sublime Text, Atom should not be that difficult. It is just the same procedure. But if you are not sure, you can check on the link above on the right hand corner of the screen. You'll get a link to the video on how you can install Atom and use it. So the other thing that I also wanted to mention is that normally when we create our web page, you will get to a point where you have more than one web page, and so it's always important for you to name your home page as index.html, because when you hosted your website, the first page that is usually loaded by default is this index.html. As long as you have index.html, it will be loaded by default. Let's go right away to our site. As you can see, our HTML is blank, and we want to start by creating this. I already have the images for the logo. It's a very simple logo. In my folder, it's the images folder. I've also added the images that I'll need for the website. They're all here, and so we have logo.png. We can just open it. That is how it looks. It's that simple. The first thing that we need to do, as usual, is to create our HTML page. So I'll start by creating the HTML tag, and then you can realize that with the Atom, the moment I just created the HTML tag, it added for me automatically the head and the body and all this, and including the doc type HTML. We talked about this when I was introducing external style sheets. So this is our HTML5 document, as you can see. So we'll start by adding our title, which is this one. So just come here and say so we'll have to, now this is our page. I want to open it, copy full path. Let me copy the full path, and then I load it here so that we'll be comparing it. The next thing that we need to do is now to add the logo, but you notice that there is already a container that has been, this should be a class container that will make sure that we have some margins from the edges of the screen. We can just do that by adding a div of class container. and then I want this part, this is actually the top bar of my website. I'll create another div and name it top bar. Class is top bar, and then after that I want to introduce a row. You remember we learned this, but now this is a bootstrap row, so that means we first of all will need to add our bootstrap CSS so that we can be able to use that row, that's the bootstrap features. So under the title I'll just come here and add the link. You can see the autocomplete is so nice. So our bootstrap is in the CSS folder, and then it's bootstrap.css. So I'll just do that. Bootstrap.css. So let's just confirm that it is loading. Remember we said we use Control U. Then we can see our bootstrap. Also obviously I know where the issue is. Just remove this one. So if I reload the page again, and then I Control U, there we go, our bootstrap is loading. Then in this, under this row is when now we are going to add our, right here inside the row we want to add some columns, because if you can see here, the logo is on this side and then the other content is on this other side. So we could have two columns. One should be, I could have a column MD4 and MD8. So I can just come here and say div div class is equals to column MD4, and then we have another one which is MD8. Then here is where we want to put our logo image, so we just add an image, and then the source will be our logo. So it's in image, it's here, logo.png. You can see the image is there, so just have it as image, then logo.png. So reload our page. You can see the logo has been added, but we want it to fit within our div, our top bar. So we may need to do some formatting for the top bar first of all. You can see it has a color. Now I have a tool that I use to determine the colors. You can get it online. If you check at the top right hand corner of your screen, there is a link that will show you how to install the instant eyedropper tool. It's a good one that helps you to get the color code for any given color. So like in our case, you can see the color is 7, is that one. So you just drag it there, and then you release, and then it copies the color code. we will need to add styling for our document so that we can start styling this top bar so that it looks the way it looks here. So we can come to our CSS and add a new file, and we could call it main.css, like that. And then we already have a class here, top bar, so we just come and do that, top bar, and then we can give it a height of 55 pixels, background color, we can paste the one that we copied from our eyedropper. We'll just repeat the same so that you can be sure. Just our eyedropper, our instant eyedropper is here, so I just click on it and then I drag to here, and then once it's on the color that I want, like you can see, if I bring it here, like it changes. If I bring it here and release, it has copied that to the clipboard. So I'll just come and paste here like that, then I close. So I also have to include the CSS in my document, main.css. So just come here and say link, and then I call it main.css. Move this one, then I reload my page. You can see the CSS is here, and then I added the container. You remember this class container? It's the one that restricts our content from here to here. Like if I inspect this like that, so we have the container class here. If I change it to container fluid, it will fill the whole page, the whole width, that is, as you can see. But now I just want it to be container, to remain as it is. Now the next thing we are going to do is we need to work on our logo. You can see it is big, but we want to resize it so that it fits in our top bar. So let's give our image a class of logo image, and then we will use that to format it. So we go to our CSS and add a class of logo image, and then we can have this logo. We can restrict its height to 45 pixels because it has to be less than the height of the top bar, like that. So if we reload, yeah, it makes sense. But then you can see it's very much on top, so we can add a padding just to move it slightly lower. So let's add a padding of 5 pixels here, 5 pixels. Yeah, it's looking better now. Up to that point we are done with the logo image. Maybe we can for the alt, let's just add logo. This is the text that normally shows up when maybe the link is broken. Next we are going to look at this text on the right. You can see, I think we have 4 icons here. We have this one, then we have this one, and this one, and this one, and then we have some text. So we can start by creating a div for these two. We can create a div for each one of them, and then these ones we can just have them within the same div inside here. And then we have another div also, and then the class we'll know what to do, but for start, let's first add the icons. So here we'll add so class here will be this one is a map marker, so we can use it's a solid icon, so we can have it as FA map. Marker, and then alt, that's the class. So if we reload it, of course it should not show. We've not added the font or some classes, so what we will do is that we will come here, we have this and this which we need to add. So just go right ahead and add them. So link this one should be, the first one should be all mean. Then we can remove this. Then the second one will be font awesome. So we can try to reload. You can see our marker has come there. And then let's just add them and then we can format. So we can, after the marker, we have some text there, 1 2 3 Tecmo City. We can add a span, so we want to introduce a span and have it with this text. In fact, I'll just copy the text. I'll just copy that text and have it there. But of course we know that here, for it to go to the next line, we need to use, if we just have it that way, it will be on a single line, but we want it to go to the next line, so we can have it as BR like that. So if we reload, you can see it's going to the next line. And then we also need to add the next icon. This one, which is a phone icon. So just the same way we did for the first one here, we can just copy this, then paste it there. Then instead of this, we change the icon to the phone icon, so this will be square. Now for these icons, all the reference can be found in the Font Awesome website. Now I'm going to show you how we are going to style this text so that it remains on the same line, but for now it is good the way it is. So this text will also need to change because we have this here, so we can change this to that. Like that. And then we have another icon for Facebook, and another one for Twitter, so can just add them as well. Now for these ones we'll just add within that div classes because there is no text. For this we are using the div just as a means of grouping them with the text. Now for the Facebook we'll just add this one will be class AB Facebook. Then I can do the same for the Twitter icon. Let's change this to Twitter. And then remember Facebook and Twitter, and like these ones which have information, this one and this one are supposed to be links. So to make them links we add the a tag. The a tag is just an a, so we are enclosing this within an a tag. So we'll have something like a, like that, and then we can close it here. I need to add the href. This is where now you add your link, like in our case it's supposed to be facebook.com, or the specific link to the Facebook page that you want. Let me put that. Yeah, if you look at the bottom left corner of your screen, when you do this you can see it there, the link. Then for Twitter we also do the same. Twitter.com. Then we do that, then comment, open that, close that. So when we do that we have that. So the next thing that we are going to do is now to make sure that they fit on the bar instead of going downwards. So we can add a class. Actually it's a bootstrap, but there is a bootstrap class called d_inline_block. If I add that, it will be able to fix that issue. So I just add d_inline_block. To these elements. These two especially. If I reload, you can see they have, all of them have come like they are side by side instead of being downwards, but there is still some more formatting that we need to do. The first thing that I want to do is I want to at least increase the distance between these two, and that I can do through margins and padding. Let's just increase the margins for the on the x-axis using the Bootstrap class mx5. Yeah, that is, I want the margins to be increased by that. And then I also add the padding. Let's have it at 3. And then we can do the same for this other one as well. Then we see what happens. You can see the space has increased, and it looks it's taking shape. And then the other thing that we want to do is to increase the size of these icons, so we can give them a class. Let's call them, because they're in the top bar, we can add the class top bar icon. To all the icons that we've added so far, so we can add that class to this one as well, this one. Yeah, and then we come to our CSS, can have it here, dot top bar icon. Then we give it some properties. The first property that we want to give it is, maybe we give it a font size of, say, 35 pixels. See, because it's actually a font, so it is the font size we're increasing. You can see the size has increased. And then, so we can just use our tool here, copy that color, and then come and put it here, color to be that one. Reload, you can see the color has also changed. This text and this one, you can do something about it. Let's give it a class of top bar text here. This span class equals to top bar text. Then we can work with the, let's check, inspect, and then we try to play around with it. Can give it a font weight of bold, make it bold like it is here. You can see it is bold. And then you can also give it margin so that it's slightly away from this. so we can give it a margin left. See about that. Can actually increase it. Let's have it at 12. So can do that for both of them. And then we copy this class and add it here as well. And then for Facebook and Twitter, I think the colors are different. You can give them their individual colors. So we can give them classes. We can call this one FB icon and this one is Twitter icon. So say FB icon, then this one I call it Twitter icon. Then we come to icon. You can get the Facebook color from online, so let's just say Facebook color code, actually color code. So apparently this is the Facebook color code. We can copy it and then come and paste it here. And then for the Twitter icon we also do the same. So for the Facebook icon, if we reload, you can see it has changed to the Facebook color. Then for the Twitter we also check its color online. That is the color, it's right here. So you can copy that one as well and come and say paste that here. So going back to our page, that is how it looks. Now we want to align our text. We can have this one float right. Like that, and also the same for this one. Then you can see the icons are a bit up, so you can add some little padding to just align them again further. So we can add some padding on the row padding top, and add one. So that we have that. So that is our top bar. As you can see, it's not very far from what we have here. It's very close. So for today we'll stop there, and then in the next tutorial we'll look at the navigation bar.
If you enjoyed this video, kindly like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next